Hey everyone, this is Nikos again from soundsfromtheapartment.co.uk. Welcome to another video about how to become a better sound engineer. Now, some of you might be working in live situations, okay? And today's tip is going to be just about that. Not that it cannot happen in a studio, but it's a bit more rare because it's a more controlled environment. Live situation, loads of things can go wrong. So my advice for this video is that after you have set up the stage, especially if you're like in one like little venue and it's just yourself, make sure you've got some spare cables and some spare DIs and maybe spare microphones with you at the desk or wherever you are positioned. Because if something goes wrong on stage, and if you will actually need to get access to some equipment to fix the damage or replace the equipment that actually, went wrong, you will need to have instant access to that equipment, and sometimes it's not feasible because the equipment might be stored in a cupboard somewhere or might be somewhere where it's not quite easily accessible. So for example, I've been to venues where the equipment is under the stage, and if you're like just yourself there, it's not easy to go there and grab whatever you want and then go into the stage and fix it. So if you've got something next to you, it's very easy. Grab it, you run to the stage, you fix it, and that's it. That saves you time, effort, and obviously it's less anxious, okay? It's a very, very simple tip that can improve your workflow when something goes wrong. And it doesn't mean it's like, your fault. It's in live situations, everything can happen. In the studio now, it's a bit more controlled because obviously you are in an environment where if something fails, you can just re-record the whole thing. The only downside with that is if you've got a very, very passionate musician doing something at that moment in time, something breaks, you might lose a good take and might take the mood down. But it's not like something like it's the end of the world, you know what I mean? Most of the musicians have got like quite a good understanding of some things that might go wrong and what is your fault and what is not. And they also, trust you if you tell them what needs to be done after the fault and how we can fix it. So again, have a spare cable out in the studio, but if that something happens, we always know you're going to fix it. It might take some more time to go into the cupboard and grab a different cable rather than just have it next to you by the desk. But it's more important, obviously, in the studio that if something goes wrong, you don't lose a good take. Okay, so that's pretty much a downside in the studio. You might lose a good take. However, there is a good way to avoid this, and that is to prepare the session before the musicians arrive into your studio and line check the cables, okay? But more on that on another video. So if you like this video as well, please go to my Patreon page, support. If you can't support, share my Patreon page, yay! And obviously, do all the free stuff as well, which is YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So follow me there, like my page, and whatever, subscribe, put comments, and let's start discussing about having spare cables wherever you are.